Hello, let's begin. Okay, welcome. Thank you for joining us today. Today we'll be talking about our newly launched IR300 routers. So before we start, let's do a little introduction to ourselves. My name is Luis, and I work as BD and Sales Manager at InHand Europe sales team. Zila, who is our tech support engineer. Together, we will do the talking today's webinar. Here is what we are going to talk about today. First, we will start with some basic introduction to InHand networks to help you understand better about us as a company. Then we will show you the main features of InHand Router 300. After that, let's go through some application cases of IR300, so you will know more about this product and how it can be used in the real field. In the selection guide section, we will compare IR300 with some other InHand router models. Lastly, we'll try to answer your questions. Okay, some of you might know about us, some of you may not. So I'd like to spend some time to bring you up to speed with who we are. InHand was founded in 2001 and have grown up to be one of the largest manufacturers of industrial communication equipment. GE Healthcare became one of our customers back in 2005, and now we are a supplier to GE Healthcare global-wise. We are also a supplier to the State Grid of China, where we have over 1 million modems in operation. In 2017, we had several successful projects with Siemens, E.ON, and RWE in the European markets, which brought us to an even higher stand. We are also the official partner to Schneider Electric and Rockwell Automations. More recently, we have moved to our new 120,000 square feet factory in Jiaxing, which is very close to Shanghai City. Earlier this year, InHand became listed on the SSE Star Market, which is the China's equivalent of the Nasdaq. Worldwide speaking, we have over 300 employees and over 100 are working in the R&D departments. That's one thing we are really proud of, strong R&D resource, which allows us to quickly respond to customer needs. Besides China, we have employees all over the world, including the US, UK, France, and Germany. And we have distributing partners all over the globe. We offer a wide range of products from basic cellular modems to high-end edge computing gateways, industrial PCs, and switches as well. To support the hardware, we came up with also software platforms such as inconnect, which we talked about last time. It focuses on remote connection to machines. And device manager platform, which is a free software for customers to remotely manage InHand products. Besides, we offer several end-to-end solutions, including smart grid platform, smart ATM management, and smart fleet management. Among all the InHand products, the routers for European markets, I think they are the most significant players. Right now, we have our high-end industrial router IR900. We have our enhanced router IR600 and compact router IR300. These three series are available right now, and in the near future we will be launching our 5G router as well. Okay, let's get into our main topic today, the IR300 router. Sometimes we just call it by its nickname, the little black box. To describe this product in just one sentence, the IR300 is a compact IoT router working for applications with light or medium complexity. There will be two submodels in this series, IR302 and IR301. This compact router has pretty much all the features which meet the common requirements. With high reliability and competitive price, I personally believe that IR300 will be quite popular on the market. Also, IR300 comes with metal casing and EMC level 2 protection. It supports both DIN rail mounting and panel mounting. With the compact size, it will be even easier to install and deploy. Okay, now I will pass this to our tech support engineer, Zila. She is going to talk about the technical features of IR300.
Okay, without further ado, let's take a look at the common feature of Router 302. The IR302 is a cost-effective and easy-to-use LTE networking device for a wide range of industrial and commercial applications. Having the Wi-Fi connection, dual Ethernet ports, and dual SIMs, the Router 302 offers you multiple means of network access. You can choose among different network types depending on your applications. Its security measures include OpenVPN and IPsec VPNs, and more about that later. It also benefits from our free of charge management platform, Device Manager, and we'll talk about that later. But let's turn our attention to the three axes of its network connectivities. It has two Ethernet ports. Port 1 can be a WAN or a LAN. Port 2 can only be LAN. One supports three types of wired access, including static IP, dynamic address, and ADSL dialing. It's available in a choice of high-speed network CAT4, low and medium-speed networks CAT1 and CATM, as well as narrowband network, NB-LT. It has the optional Wi-Fi, which can be configured as both an access point or a client, with one antenna, and the speed is up to 150 Mbps. Let's go further with the reliability. The Router 302 supports mutual failover between wired, Wi-Fi, and cellular connection, keeping you always online. The main purpose of the dual SIM is to provide a failover between different operator networks. The VRRP backup, which can be used in conjunction with multiple routers to provide redundant backup links. Embedded with Watchdog and multi-layer link detection mechanisms, the Router 302 delivers reliable connectivity. These days, we all know that hackers are targeting industrial applications as well as commercial ones. So it's important to deploy communication products which support the highest levels of security. IR302 has great firewall credentials. It supports stateful packet inspection, filtering, and access control lists. Having a wide range of VPN, including both OpenVPN and IPsec VPN clients, enables you to set up secure tunnels. In addition, we support L2TP and PPTP, although we don't recommend this for other than for connection to legacy networks. And access-wide, we support SSH connection to the command line as well as SSL access to the web UI, ensuring that if you remotely connect to these units for management purposes. And finally, It doesn't really matter how many features a router has if you can't effectively manage them once they are deployed in the field. One basic issue users struggle with is setting the APN details to connect to the network. The router 302 will automatically negotiate the correct APN with the network. Of course, if you have a special unique APN, you still need to set this yourself. It has a nice, easy-to-use web configuration because for some users, this is something they will only use occasionally. But we also support command line access for technicians who want a shorthand way to configure the units. This can also be used to automatically configure the units via scripting tool. You can also use the simple network management protocol to remotely configure or manage the IR302 as well as devices from other vendors and perform real-time monitoring on them. InRouter 302 is smaller in size compared with all InHand routers, and it can fit in narrow space more easily. It comes with wall mounts and a thin rail mount, making it ideal for using industrial cabinets where other equipment is mounted. A tough metal enclosure, a wide range of temperature and voltage enable the InRouter 302 to survive the most challenging environment. Even our low-end products like the InRouter 300 benefit from our cloud-based remote management platform, meaning that you can support thousands of devices in the field easily. Device Manager can help you check that your entire fleet is online and send new configurations on a scheduled basis to them. And unlike most of our competitors, we provide Device Manager completely free. That's a nice change. InRouter 302 also supports inconnect service. So it allows you to have the InRouter automatically connect via VPN to our cloud servers. It doesn't require configuring VPNs and firewalls and setting up IP subnets. There is just one option that you need to turn on in the router, and you need an inconnect account with us. That's all. Then you can realize remote management and remote monitoring of the field IoT devices that are able to talk to each other, as our cloud service provide them one giant virtual network. And with that, I'm going to hand over to Louis, who will show you some of the applications IR302 used for.
Okay, thank you, Zila. Like I mentioned, IR300 is a good option for projects with light or medium complexity. Right now, we have numerous projects with IR300. There will be more in the future. They will be in retail, smart city, and some other industries. Let's together go through some use cases. As we know, ATMs and self-service terminals are often deployed at crowded locations like metro stations and supermarkets. At these locations, it is rather inconvenient for cable connection, so cellular network equipments are quite necessary to build wireless connections and enable communications between the off-site terminals and the control center. In such an application, besides connectivity, the other important factor should be security. IR300 enables access to central through VPDN, Virtual Private Dial Network. To protect transaction and financial data, VPN tunnels will be established. Meanwhile, CA certificate is used for identity authentication. And you know, coffee can be a lifesaver for some people. And we are working with Costa Coffee to build their self-service coffee machines. When the coffee machines are connected to the internet with the help of IR300, it enables remote collection of transaction data. At the same time, when milk or coffee inventory is low, the machine sends alarms automatically to notify the operators. Some machines are even equipped with video camera. You know that IR300 supports LTE high-speed network. So the operators will be able to see real-time images when they choose to. Electrical cars are getting more and more popular in recent years. So every city, most cities, is building more charging stations. Charging pile operation requires that the piles are are deployed in different parts of the city and connected to the network. Meanwhile, enables two-way interactions with the operating platform. In a typical charging station, the piles are connected to the substation. As you can see from the picture, in router 300 will be installed in a box-type substation. The IR300 provides fast LTE network access for the charging station and access the private network through APN. At some important sites, IR300 will be built with a failover mechanism between wired cable and 4G networks. And elevator is one of the target applications for IR300 as well. Maintaining safe operation of elevators is of vital importance. The elevator networking solution is to address the safety issues in elevator operation with IoT technologies by establishing a remote monitoring platform, real-time monitoring, and emergency alarms, or even early warning capabilities. In the case of heat exchange stations at each control sites, the IR302 is connected to local HMI and controllers, then transmit data to central. Networking of scattered heat exchange stations will help to effectively control and manage the heating network and improving operation efficiency, leading to less energy waste. IR300 can be involved in the IoT technologies to upgrade the management of roadside parking and make full use of city space resources. Well, IR300 provides LTE access for parking sites. The system will show real-time updates of the availability of parking space. This would also enable the dynamic monitoring of parking space and payment status from remote ends. That means when you take out your cell phone and you get to see where the closest available parking spots. The continuously evolving IoT technologies have also brought changes to the medical industry. With the help of IR300s, the operators can get the frequently moving bedside medical equipments connected to the network, such as ventilators, monitors, and electrocardiographs. IR300 allows convenient LTE or Wi-Fi connections, and this small size of the router makes it easy to install within the bedside equipment. Okay, now with the selection guides, I would like to show you the comparison between IR300 and some other InHand models. On this chart, you can see the comparison of network types supported from our high-end gateways to mainstream routers and to the basic modems. I think it's fair to say that IR300 covers the widest range of cellular network types. Based on the project requirements, customers using IR300 can choose accordingly from high-speed LTE CAT4 network to low-speed narrowband network. From this table, we can compare the differences among IR611, IR615, and IR302. You can take a quick look, and you can see the major differences, such as the number of Ethernet ports, serial ports, and Wi-Fi speed. But in more detail, more particularly, I would like to compare IR302 and IR611 in details. The reason is these two products, to some extent, are parallel products. So they are quite similar. And in the future, we might consider to replace IR611 with IR302. So as you can see the comparison, IR302 has more flexible Ethernet ports. It supports dual SIM card failover, with which IR611 does not. In terms of installation, customer can choose either DIN rail or panel mounting for IR302, while IR611 only supports panel mounting. And you can compare the size. You can see IR302 has a much more compact size. And of course, the price is lower. It's about, the IR302 is about 20% low price than IR611, as I can tell. And this is another diagram to show you the IR300 installation structure. As I mentioned before, it supports both ways of mounting. By default, this product's IR300 will come with the panel mounting. If the customer needs DIN rail, you need to specify when you order it. But however, this will cost no extra. Okay, now we are done with the slides. And let's see if there are any other questions. We'll take some time to answer your questions. If you have questions, you can type in the chat box. Yeah, I see there is a question asked, is this product in mass production already? Yes, there are two submodels. IR302 is in full production already. Customer can order it. Okay, what is the temperature range? Okay, as we can see from the chart, we have working temperatures. For them, it's safe to work in -20 degrees to 70 Celsius degrees. Any other questions? You can type in text. Or later, if you have any questions, or if you want to you need the spec data sheets, you can contact us through the emails. I see there's another question. Is it possible to add customized applications additionally in the router? This will be a customized project. So if the quantity needed is big enough, we can discuss. It's possible. Can we install the device manager in your own server? Yes, you can, but it's a private deployment, so it requires extra fees for that. Another question is antenna and power supply included? Yes, they are included. Another question, can we reboot the device via SMS? Yes, you can reboot it via SMS. Okay, if there's no more questions, it will be the end of the webinar. Thank you for joining us. And if you later you have questions, you can contact us anytime. All right, thank you everyone. Have a good day. Bye-bye.